Alright, boys, another day, another content from AniNews, man. AniNews has dropped the content for the most recent episode. I think literally like 12 hours ago or some shit. I'm here. Y'all already know. Y'all already know. As soon as I see AniNews drop, I'm here, man. I'm hyped, bro. Today we got the strongest opponent Subaru has faced so far. Let's go.
There's a bit more going on with Raid than what we've been shown in the anime.
Did he say raid? I'm sorry. Did I hear that correctly?
There's a bit more going on with Raid than
Okay.
what we've been shown in the anime. The test was never supposed to be the individual trial Raid turned it into, and the person this Raid was far different.
I can't. I'm sorry. Why did he say raid? Bro said raid Shadow Legends. Why did he say raid? Guys, are we saying it wrong? Are we saying it wrong, bro? Is it raid, man? Yo, is it fucking raid?
Never supposed to be the individual trial Raid turned it into, and the person this Raid was far different from the Sword Saint history recorded him as.
Yes.
It makes the challenge in front of
that's supposed to be older Reed? I mean, I've seen him, but yeah, I guess so. So that's how he like. Damn, have I really like looked at it like this zoomed in, like this coin right here? Damn, that's how he looked.
as. It makes the challenge in front of them all the more difficult, especially when one of their strongest fighters is currently questioning their entire identity.
Questioning his entire identity, no spirits, going through a crisis, people don't remember him, and this is all he has. And he is getting beat up and losing, and that also fucks him up mentally. Like, Julius, this episode, man, you just gotta feel for him, bro. Like, it's rough.
The anime does well to show that inner conflict, but the novel goes far deeper into what it is that's really bothering Julius. So that's exactly what we're gonna talk about here.
Alright.
Let's get started.
That's how people thought he looked like pretty sure. Got you. Australia's always got the Giga Chad jawlines. No way, Reels. Yeah, true. Yeah, so it's probably just like how the people thought that he looked. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So that's exactly what we're gonna talk about here. Let's get started.
Let's go.
Episode 72, Julius Juculius, covering chapters 4 and 5 from volume 22 of the light novel. With the man calling himself Stick Swinger wielding what was undoubtedly chopsticks, Subaru would take note of how this was the first person who actually knew how to use them. His time in Pristella revealed chopsticks did in fact exist here, but no one had the form or technique that Raid did.
Yeah.
No, the way Raid held his indicated the experience of an expert.
Yeah, of an expert, and obviously knows Hoshin, and Hoshin probably just has to do with the fact that he has chopsticks.
It didn't matter how perfect one's technique with chopsticks were, though, since stopping a sword with them just wasn't human. If that wasn't evident enough, perhaps stopping Aridina's lightspeed attacks made it so. That's right, every single one of her attacks moved at the speed of light.
Yeah, I think someone mentioned this. I don't know if it was chat or a comment. Like these are like light speed attacks, right? And Reed not only saw them coming, he literally just deflected them and just said, "Yo, this shit is nothing to me, bro." And with just chopsticks too. Like I'm like that's fucking crazy.
One of her attacks moved at the speed of light. None of them really did anything to help Julius, but what did was his efforts to fight in a more unconventional manner. By releasing his mantle, then using the change in friction to create an opening where he could land a kick, that was the exact style of combat Raid was looking for. When Julius then followed up with what I can only assume is traditional swordsmanship, the disappointment Raid felt and the insults he would spew after, for a brief moment triggered some type of emotion from Julius.
Yeah, cause I think it was like shown right here. Like, see how he used like a kick here, right? That's true. Yeah, he was fighting like a different style here. Like he was actually like using kicks and shit, and that's why Reed liked it. And then the second time that he pulled up, he just went back to the traditional sword style.
Assume is traditional swordsmanship, the disappointment Raid felt and the insults he would spew after, for a brief moment triggered some type of emotion from Julius.
That ain't it, kid. What are you doing fighting by yourself? That ain't your style. That's why you're boring. Jesus Christ, bro. Dude, Reed was like... Dude, it felt like every time Reed spoke to Julius, especially in the second fight, dude, it like hit every single time, bro.
Subaru couldn't tell whether it was rage, hurt, despair, or something else, but the way Raid trampled over Julius's life's work really went to bother him. So when it came time to land an attack Julius had clearly practiced tens of thousands of times over, even Subaru could tell that there was doubt in it. What happened next was exactly as we saw, all the way up to Amelia's own fight with Raid. If you're wondering why she decided to charge a target that was stationary, Amelia had determined all her other means of attack were useless. If all she did was fire at him from a distance, then the fight would remain a deadlock and no one would get anywhere.
Sure, and that's why she pretty much just went up to him and started like changing weapons, which is such a cool style of Amelia. Like ever since like season 3, bro, dude, the Amelia Amelia has like evolved her fighting style, or like just like the different like ways of fighting. Like she's evolved so much, and I absolutely fucking love her style. Like when she like uses like the weapons shit and like she goes like melee combat, like close quarters, bro, it's fucking sick, dude.
If all she did was fire at him from a distance, then the fight would remain a deadlock and no one would get anywhere. The anime does a great job portraying just how relentless Amelia's ice brand arts are, as the way Subaru describes it, she was leaving no openings to intervene. You see, as much as Subaru wanted to jump in and help, with the tempo at which Amelia was attacking, there was no opportunity to help.
Oof, she's just going crazy right now. Yeah, the ice, bro, the way she said ice brand arts, icicle line, I ain't gonna lie, that shit was tough as hell. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was tough as hell, bro. But yeah, she's just moving like really fast here, bro.
Unless Amelia started to slow down due to a decrease in stamina, jumping in now would only serve to distract her. That's just how little space Amelia was giving Raid to work with. Now,
damn, that's pretty good though. That's pretty good. The reason that it's not even just because of her speed, it's just like the spacing. Like Subaru, like the way that she was closing in here, Subaru just couldn't see an opening.
That's just how little space Amelia was giving Raid to work with. Now, the first opening came after Amelia stumbled from an ambitious twin sword attack, then the second was with Raid and his inappropriate shenanigans. The outcome was exactly as we saw, along with the additional conditions that everyone else needed to pass. Raid's declaration of that was followed by an intensity unlike any Subaru had felt before, almost like both the battles he just had were child's play.
Ooh, dude. When he fucking said, hey, yo, all y'all gotta, like, who's next? He was like, who's next? I was like, wait, what? I was like, yo, but when we passed, Amelia won. So, it's just an interesting thing to like, think about, because it's like, that means that Subaru, Julius, Betty, Meili, like everyone there, bro. Everyone there has to pass. I think Ram counts, right? Does Ram count? Because like she's with Ram and Patrash. I don't know if Ram counts. You know what I mean? I don't think Ram counts. You know what I mean? But I don't know, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that at this point though, the only thing I can think of, I don't know. Y'all think Subaru got it? What do y'all think, bro? I think Subaru got it if he just like comes up with some sort of plan. I don't know what plan it would be. Like maybe he just uses the unseen hand, no? Like would Reed like be able to counter Sloth? Y'all think? Like I feel like if all he has to do is just move Reed, he could just cut it. You think? His fighting instincts are just that good, probably, huh? Like I don't know, like somehow grab him and just move him, because like he just has to move him a step, right? Like maybe Subaru could just do some shit like that. But I'm pretty sure that okay, so here's the thing about okay. So here's the thing about Meili. And I think that at this point, I can't believe it's like I mean, I don't know if it's true. I don't know. Don't confirm anything, okay? Don't confirm anything. Shala is there are like multiple whatchamacallit, like types of beings in the ReZero world, right? Like humans, demi-humans, spirits, and mob beast. It seems like Shala said that she's not a human, she's not a spirit, and obviously it seems like she isn't a demi-human. So it just makes sense she's a mob beast. Now don't confirm, don't fucking confirm, okay? If it's true or not, okay? I'm just speculating here. If we go based off of that, that's the only thing that can make sense. And Meili, you know, controls her. And it would make sense because we also saw her, whatchamacallit? We saw her in episode 5 looking at Shala really weird, and she's very close to Shala, so it would make a lot of sense. Now, here's where that gets weird. and it doesn't make sense. Here's my issue with that though. My issue with her being a mob beast is like, how the fuck would it make sense? Like maybe she transforms into a scorpion because of the scorpion tail and she was very mad. But how would she transform? Like, do we have to break the rules? Like, remember how like if we break the rules, she gets really mad and shit? Like, it could be some shit like that where she only transforms into a mob beast as a scorpion if we break the rules or some shit, and then she gets really mad and we die to her. And maybe that's why she can't control herself. Maybe. I don't know. Because like she said that like if we break the rules, then she will have no option and become like a killing machine. So maybe the scorpion takes over and she just kills us. But I don't know. Yeah, she also did say that as long as no rules are broken, her body is hers. Exactly. So which means that probably when the rules are broken, maybe she transforms into like some sort of scorpion and then she just kills us and we're fucking doomed. But I don't know, it's just like interesting because it's like I don't know how the mob beast thing would work. Like, does she transform? Like, it doesn't seem like she has a horn. So obviously when a mob beast, gets their horn cut off, you can control it. So I'm going ahead and guess like maybe she had a horn, maybe it got cut off, and because it got cut off, that's why Melee can control her. I don't fucking know. But the only hope would be that Melee uses Shala. But like, then the other issue would be like, does Shala count as a mob beast in that human-like form? Or can Melee control her? Okay, two questions. Or like two things. Either Melee can control her both as a human and mob beast, or maybe she has to be a mob beast only. Maybe. I don't know. But then they're really close to each other when they're human, so I don't know. That's the only way I could see Melee winning. Otherwise, I don't fucking know. Subaru could probably use Sloth. Maybe come up with a plan because he's a genius. That's my goat. And Melee already passed. Julius, I think, just needs to obviously just like, drop like the whole night thing and just probably, and okay, he needs to drop like the whole night thing, right? His fighting style. And then he also has to make pretty much ask for like the rules that Emilia asked for. You know what I mean? And same with Betty and Anastasia or Erinna. They just gotta like make rules. Like they gotta like come up with like some rule shit, like some specific rules that help them like obviously pass the test. You can't charge in fully just like blindly because Reed will beat your ass. So you kind of just have to make a winning condition no matter what. Ram, deadass. I feel like Ram could do it if we go with the stupid theory that, I mean, it's not that stupid. It's actually a pretty smart. The fact that like maybe her horn is healing in that room, like, or some shit, which obviously, we know that Ram with her actual horn would be like top one or not top one because Reinhardt exists, like top 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Ram with horn is little potential woman. Yeah, potential woman. Okay, so if she heals there, maybe she can like do something. My issue is Anastasia though. I don't know what Anastasia's gonna do, cause she was using G-Wald, right? The name of what the fuck she was using, and she wasn't getting anywhere. Like it really didn't do shit. So I don't know what the fuck she would do. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the plan is there. Melee can control normal mob beasts except absolute powerhouses like the 3-grade mob beast or partial mob beasts like the Orion bears that were controlled by plants. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I'm pretty sure that like if Shala's a mob beast or like some sort of scorpion or some shit, then probably just the fact that like, that she could control her. And that's why they're probably so close to. Y'all remember back in episode 5? I think I pointed it out if y'all remember. It's kind of funny looking back at it. Literally episode 5, or episode 4. I think it was episode 5, right? The one, yeah, the book to the dead, where Melee was like smiling like really sus, dude. She was like right behind him and she was smiling like really weird, dude. I was like, what the fuck? She knows something we don't. So it could be some shit like that. Deadass. But I don't know how exactly she's gonna like control her, or like if she has to be human or scorpion. But yeah, Erinna can't do shit. I don't know. That's what it seems like. That's what it seems like. I don't know what Erinna's gonna do. Like, she shot like a couple G-Walds, and as soon as that shit happened, she was cooked. So, and yeah, it's exactly, we're not dealing with Capella here. We're dealing with Reed. A Ram, the only thing I can think of is like if her horn healed or some shit. Now I don't think okay, but here's the thing about her horn. I don't think her horn would fully heal because then like Ram would be like right below Reinhardt and like or she would be like Reinhardt and Reed tier up there. So then it would be too easy, and then the arc would probably end really quickly and doesn't fucking matter. So I don't know. Maybe her horn healed a little bit, or maybe y'all remember back in season 2, the horn appeared for like just a moment, just a tiny moment at the end of season 2 during the Roswell fight. Maybe it could be some shit like that where she like uses the horn for like a split second, and in that split second she catches Reed off guard and he like moves back a step, you know? Yeah, no, she got massive backlash, but think about it. All she has to do is find an opening, use that second of horn, make him move a step, catch him off guard, and then she could pass out and we can just bring her back to the healing room. I think that works. I don't know. That's the thing I can think of. But yeah, I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with each person like passing the shit. But yeah, I know she can. I know she suffered like heavy damage, but I mean, it depends. Ram hasn't pulled up to the test area. So like, you know how like Reed was like, yo, sexy woman, hot chick, or whatever the fuck he said, right? What would he call Ram? I wonder. It depends on on how he like sees Ram, and then maybe the conditions will be the same as Amelia or some shit. It really depends if you're a hot girl, probably. Maybe. I don't know. You think Ram is hot chick in Reed's eyes? I don't know, actually. I have no clue. I don't know. From my eyes, Ram is hot as hell. She a baddie, but I don't know about Reed. I don't know about Reed. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what Reed's exact tastes are. He definitely likes girls with big titties though, because he saw Shala and he just, you know, called her sexy. So, I mean, I think Ram is hot as hell, but I don't know about him. Yeah, like hyped her up to be the reincarnation of the Oni god. It's like the first time we heard like god entity-ish. Yeah, like literally Ram, bro. She literally had to get nerfed, bro. She literally got nerfed, bro. Like, she had to get her horns cut off, or the series could not be in the direction that it's going in because Ram would just solo everyone. That's crazy. Actual potential woman, the true potential woman. Like, that's fucking crazy. But I don't think Tabe will ever make her full power because it would just be like a Reinhardt situation, but in our group, and that would make the plot of ReZero pretty much too easy. So, you know. Yeah, Ram is literally just Megami, but ReZero version, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. All right, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly how we're going to pass the test, but let's continue.
Subaru had felt before, almost like both declaration of that was followed by an intensity unlike any Subaru had felt before, almost like both the battles he just had were child's play. It was as if the air itself was burning now. Beatrice did try to catch Raid on a technicality, but a matter of phrasing wasn't something Raid was going to let them slide on.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. Emilia said that if she make... Bro, was Betty trying to fucking... Was Betty trying to finesse? Was Betty trying to fucking finesse, bro? She said if she makes you move one step, it's our victory. So Emilia winning means we all win. Reed was like, who's us? Who's our? Who's we? That's pretty fucking funny. She tried to like say like it was our, but Reed definitely caught that shit.
In fact, whatever the test was supposed to be beforehand, it was now far different due to Raid's own personal desires.
Yeah.
At first, the test was supposed to be beat Raid via whatever means were necessary, but for some reason not yet explained to us, Raid found that boring, forcibly woke himself up and changed the rules to be more entertaining.
What?
So, where before it would have been a team challenge to fight Raid to the death, now it was an individual challenge where everyone would likely have to get lucky.
Oh, so now it's like more luck RNG. That's kind of funny and more entertaining. Because so originally it was just gonna be a classic, everyone jump Reed, and then see if we can beat him. But I think I'll be honest. I don't know if jumping Reed would even work. Like, would we actually beat him? I mean, unless the test conditions are make him move a step, but like make him move a step while everyone is like jumping him. But the original, I think it's just like try and beat him by like any means necessary, right? So I don't know. I think Reed would just like solo everyone. Yeah, I think he would like kill everyone. I think. I don't know about kill, but he would like make everyone like unable to fight. I think. I don't know. Like maybe some sort of distraction techniques, and like maybe people can catch him off guard. I don't know. Emilia with her attacks, Subaru with his sloth. I don't fucking know. I don't know exactly what we could do, or if we go with the whole Shala thing, like maybe Melee just uses Shala. Would Shala even? Now I'm thinking about that. Would Shala do like really good? She's really strong, but I just don't know her power scaling, because we've only seen her like snipe, and her sniping is fucking crazy, right? The speed of that. But like, would she be able to match Reed, or like be able to like actually do crazy damage? Maybe. If she has a scorpion form, which we haven't seen yet, if she has a scorpion form, then maybe that could be a fucking problem too. I don't know, but that's the only thing I can fucking think of. Like otherwise, how the fuck do we beat this guy by jumping him? Yeah, I've heard that like obviously Ram with one horn is clearly top tier, but I thought she would be top 10 with just one horn, probably top 20. Got you. Yeah, I mean I don't know, but Ram with horn would still be fucking broken though. But I think Shala would be, we need more Shala feats. Like if like maybe everyone jumps. It could be a thing where everyone jumps, and like Emilia and Shala in the background are like backup, like shooters, like range attacks. Maybe that could work, especially if Shala has like those crazy like sniping things, like the needles that she uses that were fucking strong as hell. I think that could maybe work, but I don't know. Would that really beat him? Like I feel like we would do good, but I don't know about beat him.
Would have been a team challenge to fight Raid to the death. Now it was an individual challenge where everyone would likely have to get lucky. It was honestly tough to say which was better.
Also that too. I was gonna mention that. Does Shala count? Does Shala have to do the trials? Or is she just the overseer? Like, cause she's just there. But she doesn't have to do the trials. She's just there. So I think she's like the one handling the trials, because like if we break the rules, she'll kill us. So I think Shala's just overseer and just seeing if everyone's like, everyone's like, following the rules and shit. I don't. Okay, now that's something that I'm interested in. Would she like get involved even though she's technically not a part of the trials? Would that be allowed? I mean, at this point, we can just make our own rules, huh? We could just make our own fucking rules at this point from the looks of it. So maybe she'll just be allowed to do whatever the fuck she wants.
Everyone would likely have to get lucky. It was honestly tough to say which was better. Raid would then make a crude comment about that, leading Subaru to lash out with his whip.
What? Who knows which would have been easier, all who teaming up to kill me or getting a lucky shot by letting me rub some tit? I think Ekenut mentioned something like this. I think this is like kind of like the same thing where Subaru like pops off of his fucking whip, and Reed was like, yo, why do you have a whip and not a sword? What?
Raid would then make a crude comment about that, leading Subaru to lash out with his whip. Subaru obviously didn't expect to hit him, but he did surprise Raid with his weapon choice. One more crude comment later, and Melee would then ask how Subaru...
What was that? You got some good taste, kid. Save the whip cracking for your enemies and your girl. Bro said you have good taste. That's pretty funny. Wasn't it I think in the Ekenut video, it was like Subaru said something about like he was waiting for marriage. Like he would only whip or like get whipped, right? Because in episode 3 he said he'd rather be the one getting whipped. So maybe he wants to get whipped in only when it's like marriage though. No whipping till marriage. That's pretty much what he said. Yo, have y'all seen that one gif? Have y'all seen that one gif of like Emilia like hitting like Subaru on the ground with like I think it was like a whip or something? I don't know if y'all see that gif, but I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about. It sounds stupid, but
One more crude comment later, and Melee would then ask how Subaru could be so casual with Raid. He did just knock out Julius, grope Amelia, and shock Shala into submission, so why then did he not treat this opponent the same way he did all the others? As far as he knew, this was a man as strong as Reinhard.
Yeah.
Still, Subaru seemed intent on continuing the fight regardless, knowing all too well victory was impossible. It was Melee who would convince him retreat was best, but it was actually Raid who would end the test himself. You see, the moment Subaru had asked if they were allowed to leave and come back, Raid, in a seemingly childish fit of rage, simply said he was bored and wanted them out. It was as if he didn't like the idea of them not wanting to fight, so rather than deal with their rejection, he decided to reject them first.
So instead of getting rejected, he rejected first, and he proceeded to be like, all right, get the fuck out of here, heal up and come back, whatever. It's gonna be boring, like. I guess, bro. Sure. So that's exactly what happened in right before the cut, because after everything was said and done, they like cut instantly to Ram. It was pretty funny, but so that's pretty much what happened in between.
This left Subaru a bit confused, since if Raid could just end the test on a whim like that, then who's to say he'll even allow them to challenge him again? Well, there was no guarantee he even would, since at the end of the day, he was the only one who could judge them. So if Raid was pissed and didn't want to do the test, then there was nothing Subaru and the others could do to change that.
So if he was just like in a bad mood, angry, or like, I don't know, just actually just pissed off with the fucking world, we would be cooked. Okay.
They could always try and force the challenge, but Raid warned them that when he wasn't open to fighting, that's when he stopped playing. In other words, he would fight to kill.
Ooh, yeah, we don't want that. Alright, don't force him to do anything, okay? Don't force him to do anything, alright? We're not trying to actually get killed, okay? Let's not do that.
Raid warned them that when he wasn't open to fighting, that's when he stopped playing. In other words, he would fight to kill.
That's also a good point, yeah. The eye patch. I don't think Tappei did this for no reason. Deadass, Tappei doesn't do shit for no reason. Why is this a design? Like, is there like a better frame of it? It's covered with his hair, but the eye patch here, either he lost his eye or he's a chuny. There's really no in between. Tappei said in Q&A he just worked because it's cool, so he's a chuny. Okay. Okay, there's my fucking answer. He's a chuny. He just thinks it's cool. Okay, alright, sure.
They could always try and force the challenge, but Raid warned them that when he wasn't open to fighting, that's when he stopped playing. In other words, he would fight to kill. It was in this moment that Subaru knew Raid was serious, since the tone he warned them with was far different from anything they'd yet to see from him.
Yeah, let's not have anyone die, because then Subaru has to return by death. Let's not fucking do that.
Raid still wore a fiendish smile, but now there was this highly potent murderous intent behind it.
Oh, fuck.
It was as if Raid had turned into this evil beast. No one had realized it at the moment, but when Amelia fell to her knees first, that's when everyone conscious realized they weren't breathing anymore.
Son, excuse me? What type of fucking aura is this? What type of fucking aura is this, man? This level of aura needs to be studied. Fell down to her knees? Couldn't breathe? What the fuck kind of fucking aura?
Had realized it at the moment, but when Amelia fell to her knees first, that's when everyone conscious realized they weren't breathing anymore. If not for Amelia serving as a reminder, Subaru too would have passed out from suffocation.
Subaru would have passed out from suffocation? Okay, dude, what the fuck are we doing? No, Reed is different. Dude, Reed is fucking different. That is crazy. Dude, his sheer aura, just fucking cooking everyone. I'm done.
If not for Amelia serving as a reminder, Subaru too would have passed out from suffocation. The thing is, just knowing he had to breathe didn't make it any easier. With the way he struggled to bring air into his lungs, to say Raid's looks could kill would no longer be an expression. So, had Amelia not fallen first, then Subaru knew for sure he would have suffocated too.
Man.
In the end, Raid would set himself up to take a nap, while the others would carry their wounded and figure out a new plan.
So that's what happened in the cut content, like during the cut, like they just cut straight to the ramp POV and like in the room. So that's pretty much, that's kind of funny though. It's kind of crazy aura, man. Holy shit.
Set himself up to take a nap while the others would carry their wounded and figure out a new plan.
Okay.
So, unlike how the anime made it seem like the group retreated, it was actually more Raid just kicking them out.
Yeah, in the anime, it seemed like it was them just retreating and like, yo, we're cooked and we're out of here and they ran away. But it's actually more of Reed rejecting them instead, saying like, yo, this shit finna be boring, get the fuck out of here. And then the fucking aura farm of doom and despair. So fucking hell.
There wasn't really any other option here. Now,
what if we sneak past Reed when he's napping and reach the stairs? IQ too high? I don't think that would work, bro. I think his instincts would fuck us over. Like, if he's sleeping and we try to like tiptoe our way and like sneak, I think we're getting cooked, bro. I think we're just gonna get launched into the fucking stratosphere and you just like get punched or something.
There wasn't really any other option here. Now, it was as the group discussed what to do next that Subaru's concern for Julius would stem from him noticing there was more to his defeat than just losing.
Wait, whoa, what do you say there? My bad. Millie and Betty had to carry Shala, but she eventually fell down to her weight, so Emilia carried her alongside Anna. Yo, what? She just fucking fell? Dude, I'm telling you, bro, this cut content like interactions are fucking hilarious, man. Okay, let me lock in. Hold on.
Now, it was as the group discussed what to do next that Subaru's concern for Julius would stem from him noticing there was more to his defeat than just losing. Sure, he survived to get back up and his sword could always be repaired, but what couldn't be fixed was the damage done to Julius's swordsmanship.
Swordsmanship, his pride, everything is just... It's just Julius's POV is just... Oh my god, bro. Like, he's lost so much.
It's because of that Subaru couldn't be sure of what Julius would do next. Of course, Aridana's actions were concerning too, but for those wondering why she willingly casted so much magic, that's something she'll explain herself later.
Okay. I'm down for this. I am very interested to see what the exact reason is. The only thing I can think of is like some like, even though we have no memories, some sort of conscious like, I don't know, deep within kind of like feeling of just having to protect Julius or some shit. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's just like natural instinct of just like protecting Julius for Anastasia or something, or you know, or something like that. But yeah, probably like some shit next episode or something, because she also exposed herself with the magic here, and now Julius knows, and Julius is probably gonna confront her eventually, maybe next episode or something, and you know, which is actually something that I'm kind of worried about, interested in. How is that gonna go? Because if Julius finds out that Erinna is that's her and that's not actually Anastasia, but then Subaru knew this entire time, would Julius feel like maybe there's some like lack of trust? My bad, stumbling. There's like lack of trust. Like, why did he do it? Type shit. You know what I mean? Because Subaru and Betty are the only ones that know. Subaru was the first one to know, and they didn't tell Julius the entire time. And you know, and obviously the reason is obviously because we don't know how everyone else would react. But then that could also be taken as like, yo, you don't trust me. But I don't know if Julius would act like that though. Some people would act like that. I just don't know if Julius would like act like that, or like he would be understanding. I would love to think he would be understanding, to be honest. I would love to think he'd be understanding, but yeah, it could be some shit of, Subaru, you lied to me. Did you never trust me? I don't know. Maybe the boyfriends will fight. I don't know. That interaction is like what worries me, because it could be interpreted as like some like lack of trust. I'm not gonna lie.
Wondering why she willingly...
What if Erinna betrays us? I haven't fully trusted Erinna yet, okay? But it's just like, if she betrays us, what the fuck would she do? Like I don't know. Like, think about it. If she betrays us and she tries to attack us, y'all really think that it, like, I don't know, like Julius or someone would like let that slide? And like, what would be the point of that? Like, what? Like, unless like Geowalk is very strong. Well, yeah, I know, but for example, Julius was able to parry the Shala sniper needle shit and like put it down. So maybe Julius can do something there. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. And also, if Arena uses too much power, she's gonna get cooked from the inside. But I don't know, man. Like maybe she could have some secret plan, some crazy plan that we just don't know of, and then we get betrayed, and then we get fucked over, and G fucking G's. I don't know. But I haven't fully trusted Arena yet. I haven't, because at the end of the day, it's Echidna. That's Echidna. It's not actually Echidna, the one that we fucking know of, and you know the Witch of Greed, but it's still Echidna. It's an artificial spirit created by her. So if she has like any ties to the creator that it is actually Echidna, I'm automatically not trusting you fully, bro. Like there's just no fucking way. You know what I mean? You think she's sleeper agent and wants something from the tower, faking her problems? Not a bad theory. It could be. Like, that'd be crazy. Like she's faking. Nah, but like it seems like she really wants to help out Anna though. Like, it seems like no, but it seems like she actually cares for Anna and wants to help out Anna though. Like it really seemed like it in episode 1. You know what I mean? Like it felt very genuine there. Now, it felt genuine. I could just be getting played right now, and I'm just stupid. But at least in that aspect of helping out Anna, maybe it's genuine. Now, I just don't know if everything else is genuine. Like, would she really care about waking up Rem? Does she really care about actually helping out everyone else? Like, does she have like some ulterior motive that we don't know about? That I don't know, right? That right there is not guaranteed. But I feel like the Anna stuff is actually there. And exactly, it could be some shit where she loves Anna so much and wants to save Anna no matter what that she would be willing to like sacrifice other people or use other people to get her goal. You know what I mean? Like that could also be a thing. We can't trust her fully. She has a lot of things that we just like maybe don't know about, like secrets, you know? She had like I don't think she's fully exposed herself to us. Definitely. I don't think so. Yeah, she's on fraud watch. She's on fucking fraud watch, but yeah, we just gotta see if she's like an actual ally that we trust. But
that Subaru couldn't be sure of what Julius would do next. Of course, Ariadna's actions were concerning too, but for those wondering why she willingly casted so much magic, that's something she'll explain herself later. For now, all we know is exactly what Subaru knows.
Yeah.
There was genuine concern for Julius behind her desperation.
There we go. Genuine concern. So it's just either two things. Either one, it's like some feeling deep within, like even though she has no memories, that like she just wants to help Julius, and that's why it's so genuine. Or two, it's genuine because even though they haven't spent the longest time together, maybe she has some sort of attachment to him, and like she's built up some sort of attachment to him. I don't know, maybe also the fact that like even though with no memories, you can still assume and you still know that he's a knight related to Anastasia because Subaru remembers. Like, and obviously Julius himself remembers, you know? Like it could just be something like that because she knows that that's her knight. Memories, having memories or not doesn't fucking matter. There's one fact and that's her knight. So,
There was genuine concern for Julius behind her desperation. I would love to talk more about the world's strongest characters too, but aside from their names and silhouettes, the novel doesn't add anything more to them.
Damn. Ekida did talk about Cecilus though, with the, you know, with the Reinhardt versus Cecilus stuff, which was I fucking love that shit. The Cecilus versus Reinhardt duel ended in a draw. Cecilus has the Fiend Sword, Dream Sword, has 2 swords of power, and apparently he was able to draw against Reinhardt, according to him. Now, again, maybe I could believe that. I just don't know. Okay? I just don't know because it's like it's fucking Reinhardt. But maybe they did draw. I don't know. I just need footage, bro. I need some I need some footage, bro. I need like, yeah. Did someone record? Did someone record? I don't know, but maybe I would believe it because in the Wrath, if he did, survive Reinhardt, so I mean, maybe he did draw. Bro, I would have loved to see some more on that. Yeah. So we know 4 to 10 of Swords of Power. Yeah, we're missing 6, which is kind of crazy. Fiend, Dream, Dragon, and Yang Sword. We were missing 6, bro. I just don't know if we're gonna. I just don't know if we're gonna ever get to that point anytime soon. Maybe I'll be like 40 years old by the time we get there. But yeah, I've heard. Don't worry. Yeah, he's the fastest in the verse. Yeah, I've heard that he's the fastest. Even faster than Reinhardt. Which, now that I think of it, if he's the fastest in the verse, then maybe. You know what? Then maybe I do believe the fact that he drew against Reinhardt. Maybe, because Reinhardt's fast, but if Cecilus is like the fastest in the verse, then maybe that's something that he has over Reinhardt, like an advantage, and maybe that's why he like ended up in a draw. He has 2 Swords of Power, not 1. He has 2 as well. His style of combat is different too. He's not using 1 Sword of Power. So, honestly, maybe I do believe that it could have ended in a draw. Actually. Yeah, I do remember that he also heavily damaged Reinhardt. Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, that's also the if stories. If stories are obviously different, but in the EX itself, they did do a draw. So that's something that we know of for sure. But yeah.
Love to talk more about the world's strongest characters too, but aside from their names and silhouettes, the novel doesn't add anything more to them.
Hallibell though, I don't know how he would contest against Reinhardt, but Hallibell's still pretty strong though. Hey, listen, strongest in each nation. That's already a good whatchamacallit, like description. Like, dude, if you're the strongest in your nation, bro, that's fucking crazy. And also Mad Prince. Mad Prince we have no knowledge of. And the crazy thing about Mad Prince is the fact that this is the first time apparently he's shown. If I'm not incorrect, right? I'm pretty sure this is like the first time like an illustration is shown of him, right? I could be wrong, but like I think LN readers were like saying that like, oh shit, like first appearance, right? And then like I think I heard as well that some shit about like maybe he's not gonna have a big role in main story, or maybe he will, I don't know, but apparently it's gonna be in an if story. I don't know which one or something, but I've also heard about that. But yeah, I don't know shit about him, which is interesting. But the thing about Hallibell, he's pretty strong though. He's pretty strong. He has the correct me if I'm wrong, he has the ability of pretty much having like different clones, right? But like the different clones are like all him, and they're all the same strength, right? And then he also has like the shadow ability, right? He can hide in the shadows, I'm pretty sure. So, and he seems pretty fucking strong. So, I mean, yeah, I think Hallibell's him. It could also be the strongest in the nation because everyone sucks, but nah, I don't think so. Because I mean, it could be, but Cecilus does have motion with that, Yeah, that's exactly what I heard. Mad Prince won't probably appear in main story, apparently. Yeah, so maybe he'll be like in an if story or something in the future, but yeah,
doesn't add anything more to them. When it came to the conversation with Shala, for any scenario where Shala was knocked out due to a fault other than her own, she was convinced everyone except for her master would then get slaughtered. I guess that's just how powerful she views herself, and a step above that is Subaru.
Wait. What? Run that back.
For any scenario where Shala was knocked out due to a fault other than her own, she was convinced everyone except for her master would then get slaughtered. I guess that's just how powerful she views herself, and a step above that is Subaru. Or I guess her master. Shala would then reveal the mysterious opponent was Raid, the name of the swordsman spoken of in legends. From mob beasts and master swordsmen to dragons and even a witch, Raid was said to have cut down all of them.
Yes, and I think in the Ekinut video, I'm pretty sure it was mentioned that he beat a witch or witches. And if you really think about that, if you really think about the witch thing, I obviously believe the dragon. I do believe the dragons. I think that makes sense, perfect sense about the dragon stuff. but I think witches. I think it could be Sphinx. Y'all remember Sphinx from season 3 cut content, right? The one with the forbidden art. Like it could have been her, because like again, witch doesn't have to be like the witches of sin. It could just be someone else with the witch label. So it could have been Sphinx, because this is where I get a little iffy. But the witches all have like different ways of dying. Like Sekhmet died to the dragon, right? Like the Grey Waterfall. Typhon died drowned. Minerva was a trap, right? I'm pretty sure. Do we know how Echidna died? Do we know how Echidna died? Am I forgetting? Am I LARPing right now? Do we remember how Echidna herself died? Why is that like something I'm not remembering right now? And then Carmilla was burned. Yeah, I was about to say like Carmilla fire or some shit. Yeah, Carmilla burned. Daphne starved. You meant to say there? Yeah, but it wasn't mentioned how Echidna died, right? I could be fucking that up, but I don't think. But I don't think that he killed an actual witch of sin though. Sphinx already died after a demi-human war, which is already 50-ish years ago, and it's not 400 years, which is when Reed lived. Then maybe it's not Sphinx. The timelines are so weird. Then it could have been a witch of sin, or maybe Reed killed Echidna, because they were like close to each other, right? I don't fucking know. I don't know. Like, what other witch would he have killed? Echidna was sealed into the dream world, I think, not proper death. I see. I'm actually not sure about the Sphinx stuff. I just remember watching AniNews cut content from season 3, and Sphinx was mentioned, but I don't know exactly where like that information's from. So I don't know. I really don't know who it could have been. Like all the witches seem to have like Satella was sealed, so like we don't know like the exact deaths and all that shit and who he exactly killed, or maybe it's a witch that we haven't even heard of. I don't know.
From mob beasts and master swordsmen to dragons and even a witch, Raid was said to have cut down all of them.
But here, Echidna said witch, but the word witch can be used as, in Japanese, witch is either multiple, it can be either used in singular or plural, because that's just how Japanese is. But then AniNews, I don't know if he just like saying it just cause that's how it goes in the novel, but he said a witch. So it could have just been one witch too. I don't know.
Swordsmen to dragons and even a witch, Raid was said to have cut down all of them. He was the first sword saint and one of the 3 heroes who saved the world.
Yeah.
Of course, that was all 400 years ago, but considering who it was who built the tower and their tendency to make the exams near impossible, having them challenge the first sword saint seemed exactly like something the sage would do.
Yeah.
Fortunately, among their group was someone who knew everything of the sword saints, thus the reason Subaru wanted to go talk to him. As we saw though, Julius would be missing, and this is where the story would switch to his perspective. First, it was actually Raid's, and from it we got a glimpse of the person whose life had always been lived on the battlefield. He had always trotted the line between life and death, so no matter what happened, he was always calm. Whether he was in the mood to play was a different story, but before Julius had even entered the room, Raid knew it was him. From the aura he gave off to the sound of his shoes and his gait,
What?
Raid knew exactly who it was who was challenging him.
What? He just knew. He just fucking knew. He felt the Julius aura, and he just knew it was Julius. That's some crazy fucking instinct, I'm not gonna lie.
Story, but before Julius had even entered the room, Raid knew it was him. From the aura he gave off to the sound of his shoes and his gait, Raid knew exactly who it was who was challenging him again. It's not like he thought it would make much of a difference, but out of courtesy, Raid would warn him this time he wasn't gonna be playing.
Oh boy.
So what came next was exactly as we saw. A one-sided beatdown ending in Julius's defeat. It was in between that the novel gives a whole bunch of self-reflection, Julius's thoughts on everything as they happened. So, the unfamiliar sword wasn't as much of a detriment as you might think, as Julius had trained himself to be comfortable with any sword. So long as he compensated for the heavier tip and thicker blade, Julius felt he could fight the same way he always did.
Yeah, so that's exactly why his sword breaking earlier wasn't really a fucking problem. He just used this one and it's the same shit. He can just adapt to the swords. Okay.
How he controlled the sword was only half the battle though, as footwork was just as important as everything else. In fact, before even mastering the sword, Julius's footwork had come first. This was all due to the teachings of his master, who, despite being unable to increase his own skill, did well to nurture the talents of others.
Yeah, so this master, what's his name again? We saw him in the Royal Selection, right? He's in the Royal Selection. What's his name again? Is it an R? Start with an R? Rickard. For some fucking reason, he seems very, yeah, father of Rachins. Wait, did I not know? I don't think I knew that. What? Father of Rachins. So, for some reason, like, he has, like, this, like, we saw him in season 1, and I think he even has some lines. I think that he might have, like a more important role in the future. And we saw him, like, mad. He's smiling here in this fight. But for some reason, I think after Reinhardt pulled up or some shit, he got mad. Like, y'all remember the flashback when Reinhardt, like, beat up, Rickard? And he just beat him up, and, like, I don't know if that changed him, and he was just like, fuck Reinhardt, and he got mad. But, like, he doesn't seem like in a very good mood now. Like, he seems so angry now. Like, in, like, the act, like, in, what we saw in the Royal Selection. Like, season 1, episode 12, right, when everyone was, like, there. Traumatized after getting beat by an 8-year-old. Like, I don't know, like, he just seems so angry now. Tappe hyped him up to have a named chapter, and it's apparently the kindest man. Yeah, I mean, I can tell. He seems very kind here. I don't know, he just looks like very different now in terms of his demeanor. Personal trainer of the royal family. Okay, I see. He also trained Krush. Yeah, this guy has like history, like very important character. Like, it's crazy.
This was all due to the teachings of his master, who, despite being unable to increase his own skill, did well to nurture the talents of others. He was the type of person to share time and time again the history of techniques, their development, and their inheritance.
Wow.
Naturally, Julius loved hearing about them, so to him, it was an honor to be able to put them all into practice. A core part of this practice was the incorporation of spirit elements into his swordsmanship, a key aspect serving to handicap Julius in a way the anime didn't show us. You see, with his back against the wall and no time to think, Julius instinctively resorted to the techniques he practiced the most. This would be an offensive blade of wind that extended his range, or a simultaneous casting of fire and water combined with a 3-pronged sword strike.
Yeah.
With Julius's contract severed and the elements no longer supporting though, every attempt to attack just left him with even more openings.
Oof, man, that just sucks even more. The fact that he's just nerfed. What do y'all think, bro? Would it have made like a crazy difference? I think maybe he would have done better. He just has more experience with like the spirits, with the elements. Like, yeah, nerf times 6, dude. Nerf times 6. Like, I just feel like he would just like do way better, bro. Like with his attacks and shit. Like, of course. But we will never know. We just will never know, because like he just has nothing right now. In the novel, he tried to contact the spirits, and they were like, "Who the fuck are you?" That's pretty funny. It's pretty fucking funny. Damn the fucking spirits, bro. Bro, help a brother out, bro. Even though he doesn't know you, like, you know, maybe help him out. But yeah, he's nerfed and he's going against Reed, which is not a good combination.
Sword strike. With Julius's contract severed and the elements no longer supporting though, every attempt to attack just left him with even more openings. The very thing that once excelled Julius to the title of finest was now rendering him the weakest.
Ooh, from the like the most like, what did you say right now? Wait, that line was fire. What the fuck? Yo, I need to be cooking with the script, I'm not gonna lie.
To attack just left him with even more openings. The very thing that once excelled Julius to the title of finest was now rendering him the weakest.
That's tough. That's so fucking rough, man.
Where Julius's spirits would allow him to get the best of anyone, now even the most average of fighters could beat him.
Damn, that sucks, man. What the fuck,
The spirits would allow him to get the best of anyone. Now, even the most average of fighters could beat him.
Now your average Joe can kill him, bro. Not kill him, but fight him. Damn.
He kept making openings thinking his spirits were there to cover him.
Oh, that's what was happening. Is that what happened? Actually?
Spirits were to make average of fighters could beat him. He kept making openings thinking his spirits were there to cover him.
Damn. He kept making openings because he thought that the spirits would go have his back. Like normally that's what would happen. And that's maybe how he also trained and was trained as well, and just how used he is to fighting like that. Dude, that's so annoying. Did they have to do my boy like this, bro? Did they have to do my go Julius like this, bro? Like not only did you beat his ass, you're nerfing him. So like, what the like, what the fuck, man? Bro, yo, what is Roy doing, man? Yo, we have to take care of Gluttony. We have to take care of Gluttony, bro. I don't give a fuck, bro. Again, we've gotten into this conversation like a million times. I don't know exactly what's gonna happen if we have to kill Gluttony or if they ask for the memories back or whatever the fuck, but we have to take care of him, man. Yeah, it's like ingrained to him. Muscle memory. Like when you do something so much, like maybe like his way of fighting has been so reliant on the spirits and the elements that now when he fights without that shit, he's just cooked. Like he's just fucking cooked. He doesn't know what the like. He just like fights assuming that it's like the same version or like the same spirits and all that backing him up, but they're not there, you know?
He kept making openings thinking his spirits were there to cover him. The only time Raid was somewhat impressed was the moment Julius instinctively recovered by doing something unexpected.
What? My bad. Bro, I'm like missing these. I don't want to miss anything, bro.
Cover him. The only time Raid was somewhat impressed was the moment Julius instinctively recovered by doing something unexpected. Still, nothing changed the fact Julius's swordsmanship was boring, thus the reason Raid felt the need to mock it.
Oh. My god. He called him boring and just had to, because of that shit, he mocked him? Yo, you are boring as hell. Your way of fighting, bro, your swordsmanship, boring. Jesus, man. Fucking bully. That's fucked up.
Raid wasn't lying when he said the first time he picked up a sword was 3 months ago, so where he could cut light and Julius couldn't cut anything, that was truly disappointing.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, so... But that's not even a... Okay. But this is not even a fair comparison. This is not even a fair comparison. You train for 3 months, you can cut light, but it's like your talent and your potential is disgusting. It's like you can't compare yourself to Julius. Like Julius is just a dude, bro. Like, bro, you're a descendant of the Estrella family, bro. You're Estrella. How is this fucking... How is this fair? Yeah, this is like Arc 3, though. This is literally Arc 3 Subaru, but it's just Julius. Like, bro. Oh my god, bro. He doesn't want to fight his Arc 3. Good oh. Son. Damn. Dude. They did him... Bro, Tape was going in on Julius, bro. This is some crazy slander. Because it's like, we're not even... Hey, it's not even us slandering. If you really think about it, it was Tape. Tape wrote this. He's the one slandering. It's not really us. It's just how it was written, bro. It's just Tape just slandering Julius' name, man. Fucking hell.
When he said the first time he picked up a sword was 3 months ago, so where he could cut light and Julius couldn't cut anything, that was truly disappointing.
Jeez.
It was upsetting to know that Julius felt he could win that way.
My god.
For Julius, this was his everything though, since if unable to prove himself here with his sword, that meant he had nothing.
Correct. That's his thought process. You have no name. No one remembers you except the GOAT Subaru. Anastasia, it's not even really Anastasia. And he's probably gonna find that out like next episode, or like, you know, talk to her. Like the whole Joshua thing, even though like he, you know, obviously, you know, lost the memories of Joshua, he still, you know, knows that he's his brother, you know, thanks to the confirmation of Ricardo. So it's like, this is all he has, bro. it's just so sad. That's all he got, bro. And then he gets beat up like that. It's like he's just at his lowest. It's like everything he had left was just taken away from him.
He'd already lost his name, his house, his family, his friends, and even the spirits bound to him.
Jesus, AniNews, my God. No bitches, no, no home, homeless. Like, damn, bro. Fucking God damn, bro.
Is everything though, since if unable to prove himself here with his sword, that meant he had nothing.
Man.
He'd already lost his name, his house, his family, his friends, and even the spirits bound to him, so all Julius had left was the effort he was confronting Raid with now.
Yep.
To him, this was the only proof left that he existed. To Raid, that proof was nothing though, as all it was him copying someone else. Nothing of Julius's swordsmanship was his own. The techniques he admired and looked up to, Julius's very idol was now dragging through the dirt.
Oh, yeah, and that's another thing. Imagine how he feels that the person he looked up to, the hero that he looked up to, is saying all this shit about him. That's another thing that also fucks him up and is like really fucked up. Dude, this entire episode was just fucked up for Julius. My God, I feel so bad, man. Like, Jesus Christ, bro.
Was his own. The techniques he admired and looked up to, Julius's very idol was now dragging through the dirt. Julius didn't want to think the way he lived was wrong, but with the way Raid was so relentlessly tearing him apart, now Julius was starting to think he was mistaken.
And now he even has doubts about himself, who he is, and what he's worked for or towards to this entire time. Fucking, my God.
Sure, he may have followed the path of someone else, but never until now did Julius think that that was wrong. Only here did he start wondering if perhaps his way of life, the very core of his beliefs, values, and ideals, were misguided.
And you know what this reminds me of? It's like, y'all remember so in the episode, y'all remember like at the end, like he pretty much said that he admired Subaru because he was pretty much acting on pure like impulse and like emotions, right? And also the fact that like in season 3 episode 1, they had this conversation about like, I think it was something along the lines of like he wishes to, you know, not really be like this like knightly persona the entire time, that he wishes that he had like more of like a free will, or like, you know, just like not much care for like the knight stuff, and that he admired and liked what Subaru did with Heinkel. You remember like episode 1 last season where Subaru saw what Heinkel pulled up and he was just like with no hesitation started screaming and like shouting at him like, hey, yo, fuck you. And pretty much Julius admires that because it's like, wow, he's so down to earth and he doesn't really care about how other people perceive him. He just went for it. He just went for it. And that's kind of like also maybe something else that like maybe he also had doubts with, like the whole knight name, and the fact that he kept saying at the beginning of the fight, like, oh, I'm like the spare knight Julius Duclius, or what he says, right, every time. And when he said that, Reed was like, oh brother, like, oh brother, here we go with this boring ass shit. Like, kind of like, you know, maybe it's just better if he just like goes more about like being himself, you know what I mean? Because like I think that the whole knight stuff is like not really him. I feel like he's like way too much into the knight stuff, and I feel like that's definitely like one thing that I would like to see in the future, like more of him just like not having to like think about like the knight stuff too much, right? Like being like knightly and stuff. But yeah, I think that's like also like one of like the biggest themes of like the episode, man.
And ideals were misguided. Before, it was those beliefs that gave Julius his strength, but after losing even his sword, Julius could only wonder who it was that was standing here. With no name, no pride, and not even a sword, Julius couldn't even be sure he was Julius anymore.
He didn't know who, bro. After all that, he was asking like, who the fuck am I? Who am I? Who am I? Truly, who do I think I am? Jesus, that's really fucking sad, man.
Everything that defined who he was gone. It was Subaru yelling his name that served to remind him he wasn't, but whether he was actually deserving of the name was a different story. That was all Julius could think about before getting enveloped, swallowed by a white light brighter than the white room they were in. Subaru couldn't be sure of what had caused it, but just know this wasn't a creative decision from the anime. It was as if Raid's serious attack truly did cut Light itself.
Man.
Now, what came after was a brief interaction between Subaru and Raid, Subaru calling Raid the usual names while Raid playing it off and calling everything boring. Subaru did ask why Raid acted so generously after saying he was gonna be serious, the answer to which came down to pride. You see, Raid found it far more embarrassing to be forced to retreat by chopsticks than to actually be killed by them. If the positions were reversed, then Raid said he'd much rather die than show his face after getting that type of beatdown.
Oh. Wait, what?
Personally, I think the answer to which came down to pride. You see, Raid found it far more embarrassing to be forced to retreat by chopsticks than to actually be killed by them.
That's crazy. Yeah, bitch, I'd rather die. I'd rather die than like be forced to retreat and get like cooked by them and then like have to like face like the person again, bro.
If the positions were reversed, then Raid said he'd much rather die than show his face after getting that type of beatdown.
My god.
Personally, I think he's being more of a tsundere, but how long that lasts we'll have to see.
He's pretty... True. He's just being tsundere. I don't think he's being fully honest there. Because, like, maybe it could have been one thing of, like, maybe he truly just wants the best for Julius. And wants him to, like, actually succeed. You know what I mean? Because, like, he was being a bully. But, like, it could have been one of those things where he's a bully to try and bring out the good in Julius, like, the best in Julius. And for him to drop, like, the whole Knight name and just be himself. And, like, focus more of himself than other people and what other people do. And maybe instead of looking up to other people, he, like, more so focused on himself. Like, I don't know. But then, yeah, exactly. But then my argument gets cooked because it's like he wants the best, but like he keeps insulting and humiliating him in like the most horrible ways. Would you really do that if you want the best for someone? I don't know. Maybe it's just Reed's way of just being a good person, but it's not really that good of a person either, so.
Than to actually be killed by them. If the positions were reversed, then Raid said he'd much rather die than show his face after getting that type of beatdown.
Tough love? You think it's tough love, bro? This is some crazy tough love, then? The fuck?
Personally, I think he's being more of a tsundere, but how long that lasts we'll have to see. Either way, for now, Raid doesn't seem all too intent on killing them. Moving on to when Subaru was...
Yeah, I don't think he actually wants to kill us. Like, obviously, he wants us to pass, so... We'll see We'll see probably more on what he thinks, man, and how he truly feels probably in the future episodes.
Them. Moving on to when Subaru was returning back. While everyone was doing all they could to find Julius, Subaru immediately knew exactly where he'd be.
Yeah.
He was the only one who understood what it was Julius was going through, so knowing where to find him was easy.
These parallels are fucking insane, by the way. Can I just say that? Like, we already talked about this in, like, the actual episode reaction, right? But the Subaru and Julius parallels, man. That entire final scene of this episode was just one of the most beautiful scenes. And I rewatched it. Like, I was, like, rewatching it, like, while editing and stuff. And, you know, I've seen, like, the clips over and over again at this point. And it's just such a beautiful scene. I feel like it hits harder the more I fucking rewatch that scene. Like, it's just so good. Subaru knowing that, like, he sees himself in Julius right now. He knows that if he doesn't help him out and just give him a hand in that moment where he's pretty much Julius is neglecting his help, he knows that he will end up like him. Because Subaru knows how he ended up in the worst possible, like, in the worst state ever in Arc 3. He doesn't want Julius to go through that, and that's why he lets Julius know, like, hey, I'm by your side. You have people to support you. And it's just a beautiful thing, man. Like, Subaru getting, like, being able to, like, pretty much help Julius out and lift him up before he goes, like, fully rock bottom, because he's been at rock bottom. And because he's been at rock bottom, he doesn't want Julius to get there either. Like, he doesn't want Julius to be at rock bottom like he did. It's so... Tape is just a beautiful writer, bro. And yeah, Subaru is just the GOAT, man. Yeah, Subaru did look pretty ugly. I think episode 13 made him look ugly as possible just to show how like wrong he was and how fucked up he was in this episode. Yeah, another parallel, Julius lost Josh with the gluttony like Subaru lost Ram. That's true. Holy shit, I didn't think about that parallel. That's actually, yeah, that's true. That is another parallel. Fucking hell. I mean, Subaru and Julius are just walking parallels after this episode, bro. Like, that is.
He was the only one who understood what it was Julius was going through, so knowing where to find him was easy.
Yeah.
Subaru also related to the disappointment Julius felt in meeting this legendary figure, as just like the Sage, both weren't what either expected them to be. That said, with the way the person on the gold coin looked older than the raid currently hosting the exam, that meant the version of him upstairs was simply younger than the person the history book told legends of.
Yeah, obviously it's just there's like two different versions.
That would explain why he didn't recognize Shala, as well as give context for why he mentioned 3 months earlier.
Yeah.
Either way, this younger raid was probably far closer to his prime than the raid who fought the witch. That didn't give way for much hope, but as an exam, there had to be a way to pass it.
Yeah, which means that like, yeah, exactly. This is like maybe like a closer to prime version of Reed, which is even crazier. That it's not the old version that we're fighting, which maybe could have been easier. I don't know.
Raid was probably far.
Wait, could it have been easier if he's older? Because older means more experience.
Closer to his prime than the raid who fought the witch. That didn't give way for much hope, but as an exam, there had to be a way to pass it. In the end, Subaru and Julius would share that touching moment together, both connecting over the similar hardships they went through. Because of the lesson Julius had taught Subaru in the past, Subaru knew better than anyone exactly what it is Julius was feeling. He understood the pain and loneliness that came after such a humiliation, enough to know he couldn't leave Julius to be by himself.
Exactly. Oh my god, it's such a beautiful fucking... God, it's so good. It's so beautiful, man. Oh my god. Subaru's like, yo, I know how it feels to suffer that crazy humiliation and feel like you know you're alone and like you have no one by your side after all that. But I'm here. I'm here. I remember you. You're my best friend. I'm here by your side, bro. Let's do this together. I'm not letting you do shit by yourself, bro. God, he's such a goat, man.
Enough to know he couldn't leave Julius to be by himself. The anime then shows Julius's true feelings on Subaru's proud declaration, wrapping up the episode in the best way possible.
Yeah.
So that was that for episode 6 and pretty much all we had to talk about.
Alright.
I hope you enjoyed learning more about the story, and if you did, then be sure to leave a like and comment. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more too.
Alright. That's that. Peak. Again, I absolutely love these cut contents from AniNews because it's not even just the cut content. The amount that you can really talk about of this show, bro. Like, his cut contents always just prove like how deep this show is and how much you can really talk about it, bro. That's why I absolutely love these cut contents, man. And I absolutely also love like the interactions and like things that we don't see, like the context, like, you know, for example, like the stuff of instead of like cutting to Ram, they actually had like a little moment of like Emilia falling to her knees and everyone was suffocating the fucking aura. And then like also the moment when Julius got knocked out and like Reed pretty much saying that like you know, being a tsundere and all that shit. Like maybe he was just being tough love. We don't know. Maybe we'll actually get more on why, you know, in the future why he did what he did, but I don't know. But yeah, W cut content from AniNews. Once again, that's going to be it for today, man. If y'all enjoyed AniNews, subscribe, leave a like down below, check out the ReZero playlist for more. As always, have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time. See you guys.